But in a world full of Tulsi Gabbards and Kristen Cinemas, be a Zohran Mamdani. The most dangerous person in the world isn't actually the most powerful. It's not these guys. It's actually these guys. Let's talk about the yes man, what he is and what he could be. The yes man isn't a buffoon. He is a strategic terminator with one calculation, one goal. Say yes so you can keep eating. Agree so you can stay in the room. And here's what actually makes the yes man so dangerous. The room that he's in reshapes him. Tulsi Gabbard built her entire political identity, her entire career off of being anti-war. She ran for president on this issue. She sold t-shirts on this issue. T-shirts opposing a war with Iran specifically. Now, when Trump bombarded Iran last June, Tulsi Gabbard was sitting in the Situation Room with him. 3 months before the strikes, she testified in front of Congress that Iran was not building nuclear weapons. Trump said, I don't care what Tulsi Gabbard says. And she stayed in the administration anyway. And it's not just her. Every member of the cabinet has gone through this transition just to get to where they are. Tulsi thought she was so smart. She thought she was going to outwit people, say yes, get close, stay next to the crown, and when it was hers for the grabbing, she'd get it. But all she's done is lose all credibility, all morals, all conscience. That's not someone who sold out in one moment. That's someone that got so deep inside that they lost themselves. But in a world full of Tulsi Gabbards and Kristen Cinemas, be a Zohran Mamdani. Say yes strategically. Mamdani is a democratic socialist who spent his campaign calling Donald Trump terrible person, this and that. But once Mamdani won the nomination, the tension really wasn't there. In fact, they started to get along a little bit, doing a little weird buddy-buddy, chummy-chummy thing. After Mamdani won the general election, he paid a visit to the Oval Office with one gift in hand, one prop. It was a fake New York Daily News front page. The headline reads, Trump to city, let's build. And adjacent to that was a real New York Daily News front page cover from 1975 when Gerald Ford told New York to drop dead during a fiscal crisis. Now, you and I both know Trump loves to have his ego boosted. Having his name, having the vision of him on a front page and everybody in New York lauding him, he loves that idea. But here is the difference. These yes men, they did everything to get in the room with no real motivation in general. They did it just for themselves. When Zohran Mamdani got in that room and he boosted Trump's ego, it was for a reason outside of him, a reason outside of that room. And the result was that Trump agreed to discuss a $21 billion federal funding for affordable housing in New York City. That would be the biggest investment in housing by the federal government since 1973. We need that. That could change the city. Trump is from Queens. The one thing Trump actually does know is real estate development. And you can see how happy he is in this photo by this gesture. This really speaks to him. While he was there and while he was doing the ego boost, Mamdani raised the case of a Columbia student that was recently arrested and detained by ICE just that morning. And what do you think happened? She was released that same day. So Mamdani studied the same room that Tulsi Gabbard did. He read the same ego, the same hunger for a legacy, the same love for his hometown, I guess. The difference is he used that understanding to pull the room towards him instead of letting the room pull him in. And that, my friends, whether you like the optics or not, is political strategy.